Kade can devour monsters to take their power, but every feast eats a piece of his humanity, and a dead god's voice now lives behind his eyes. He climbed all the way out of the abyss once, then he turned around and walked back down into the dark, alone, on purpose. The hunger he refuses to feed is the last human thing he has left. The deep took him back without a sound. He is descending toward the one thing down here that has been hunting him since his very first feast. No party, no lantern line of friends, just a starving half-monster and a patient voice that wants him to stop pretending he is still a man. The grafts do not fast. Unfed, they begin to feed on him instead. The carapace flaking, the venom veins dimming, muscle melting off his frame to keep the monster parts alive. His own power has started eating him from the inside. The gaunt sighed in his skull. This is foolishness. The dark is a pantry, and everything in it is a meal-wearing armor. Feed, and the weakness ends in a single bite. He remembered the alley, the lamp burning low in her face when his eye threw the light back gold and slitted when she saw the black plate running up to his jaw. Ren had found him. He could have spoken. Instead, he ran. He did not run because he feared her. He ran because of what comes next. Every feast takes a little more of him, and he will not let her stand there and watch the man she knew get eaten from the inside. So he came back to the only place a monster belongs. Down here there is nothing left to ration but his own hunger. So that is what he rations. Starve the grafts and stay the man. He cannot cure the hunger. He can only hold the line against it, one refused meal at a time. Far above him, in a rented room with the lamp turned down, Doss has not gone home in days. He flinches at every step in the hall, hiding from the men who paid to seal that door and who never leave a witness breathing, and hiding from a worse sound. The day Kade climbs out of the dark and remembers the face that only watched. Across the city, Ren worked the stolen page by lamplight. One sheet of the commission that ordered Kade's death, stamped with a strange high seal that belonged to no guild and no crown. She had stopped asking who he was. She had started asking who wanted him gone. So she went where commissions are born and went cold. The same seal, stamped fresh, on contracts issued this very week. Whoever buried Kade is not history. They are still ordering dies right now, and one of them points straight at the grave they dug for him on floor 40. Below, the abyss did something cruel. It offered him exactly what he needed, a grotto of grazers, blind and soft and slow, glowing amber in the fungus fields, a core in every chest, a feast that could not even run. The gaunt's voice turned to silk. Look at them, soft meat that trusts you, cores that will not fight back. Take 3 and you will walk out of here, a king. This is the abyss being kind, little ghost, and it is never kind twice. Kade killed one anyway, quick and clean, the old habit of a man who used to have someone to feed. Then he stood over the free amber core, pulsing, and his for the taking, and he turned his back and walked away with his hunger screaming, and the line still held. The gaunt's contempt filled his skull like cold water. Mercy is a surface word. Up there it buys you friends. Down here it only buys the dark a little more time to kill you. But he marked the place in his memory, the bright, easy meal he had refused. A man keeps a private ledger of the things he did not do. Down here, it is the only proof he has left that he is still a man, and not yet the monster. Then the rationing came due. His vision grayed at the edges, his claws shook on the holds, and with no one left to catch him, his grip simply failed. He fell, and the fall rang the stone like a struck bell, and on these floors something is always listening to the stone. The floor began to breathe, a slow swell of rock rising and falling beneath his boots. And the gaunt said the worst sentence in the deep floor manuals, almost lovingly. Something is swimming in the rock, little ghost, and it has heard your heart. It breached like a whale of granite. The blind burrower, a plated wedge of skull and a maw split into 3 rings of grinding teeth. It has no eyes. It does not need them. Down here, your heartbeat is a torch you cannot put out. It was smart the way old things are smart. It did not chase him. It collapsed the tunnels instead, every exit slamming shut in falls of rock, the gallery shrinking around him like a closing fist. Starving, he met it and learned exactly what that costs. His claws skated off its stone plates, his venom could not reach flesh. His strikes came a half-second late, and in the deep, a half-second is a eulogy. And then the dead end, cornered and spent with his claws shaking and nowhere left to run. The gaunt did not gloat. It purred, almost gentle. Now you understand. Mercy down here is only a slower kind of suicide. 2 roads in a single breath. Starve and die with his humanity whole. Feed and live as the thing wearing his face. He thought of the easy core he had walked away from, and of her face in the alley, and he made his choice. He would live, but on his own terms, not the gaunt's. Strength was not the plan. The plan was its blindness, because it hunts the drumbeat of a living chest. So Kade did the impossible thing and went utterly still, his breath shallow and his heart slowed, until he was just a stone among stones. Then he gave the dark the one sound it could not ignore. For a single deliberate moment he let his heart pound, loud and alive, a lure thrown out into the black. The burrower turned its entire world toward that heartbeat, and it lunged. Mid-lunge, its soft parts opened, the 3-part maw spreading wide for the kill. Kade came off the floor like a thrown knife, and went in through the only door it had, straight into the mouth. Again, his claws found the core pulsing behind its throat, and he did the thing the dark had made him for. He fed. The consumption was the kill, and the mountain of plates shuddered once and became a cave. The new graft settled into him like a second skeleton, thin sensory ridges tracing his temples and his forearms, and the dark turned legible. Tremor sense. Every footstep and every heartbeat and every moving thing for floors, drawn for him in ripples across the stone. The cost came due in the quiet afterward. He reached for his canteen out of long habit, and his body simply did not answer. The feast had eaten his hunger itself. He will never want ordinary food again. Only the monster's appetite is left. He tried to call up her voice the way she had said his name in the alley before he ran, and it came back to him thinner than it had been only yesterday. That is the true price. Every feast buys his survival with another piece of her. I have become the monster, he told the dark. The gaunt answered almost tenderly. No. I fed the man. The monster only came along with him. And there is no longer any door between the two, little ghost. Then he pressed his palm flat to the floor and read the whole abyss for the first time. The grazers far behind him, the fear of the men who buried him somewhere far above and below, filling 2 entire floors with its tread. The climber. Close now. So close. Far above, in his rented dark, Doss heard boots stop just outside his door and forgot how to breathe. Far below, Kade went perfectly still for the very same reason. 2 men hiding from the same long dark at opposite ends of it, and as Kade listened to the climber, it stopped perfectly still, listening back. Then the vast thing changed course dead onto his path and began to run. Good, the gaunt purred. Dinner is coming to us.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe!